Hello everyone, welcome back to Herlefeld Farming Simulator 11, created by SourceWorks and Desperados93. So I think this is the first field I baled, or was it? I'm having trouble remembering, and this has gone over enough period of time, I can't remember. Anyway, I finished baling, of course, and I last episode purchased a wrapper, and they seem to work a little bit differently in Farming Sim 11 than, kind of what we're used to in later versions, although I can't really speak for later versions, at least in Farm Sim 15 and 17 or whatever. So let me see here. Lift arm. Okay, so I have this, the echoes. Okay, then transport, lower arm to middle. Go down. So maybe I just need to come up here and see if it'll grab the bale. Lift arm. Oh, I see. This kind of, it actually lifts the actual, now what happened to it? In the later versions, they had, and I've seen the scripts, they would look at the proximity of where a bale was, and then it would automatically grab it just in the right way, and the machine would kind of take over. This appears to be, let's see, lift arm and attach bale. Okay, well this isn't really helping here if I'm not able to zip this around. This is probably going to be a comedy. Let me get this on the ground. And here you actually have to line it up, kind of, sort of, somewhat. Now, if I'm going to lose this thing, see, I think it's barely sitting on there. You're using the actual physics. But alright, let me see here. I wonder if it... Okay, so... Okay, I'll bite. Okay, so you lower it down, B start wrapping. Alright, so it took it. But boy, you gotta land it with some amount of precision, or else, it isn't gonna do it. So, that is interesting. Like I say, in the newer versions, as long as you get it somewhat in the vicinity of your, whatever you call this, prongs, as long as you're close, it will grab it, it will lift it, and it will just take care of everything. Here, okay, now what does it want us to do? But here you have a little more risk. Okay, so unload bale. So it's going to put it there. Lower table. Boy, you got to do a lot of steps. And off it goes. You know what, though? That's pretty cool. Isn't it? My hat's off to the modder, and this one here I popped open, and I mean there's a bunch of scripts in there making it do what it does for all these little steps. And maybe this is how, for anyone that has or has used one of these machines in real life, maybe this is how it actually works, where it has kind of two settings. A little bit. Alright, that ought to be close enough. So you can kind of hold it there. Let me go a little bit further. Oh yeah, I gotta put it down and start wrapping. And I think I could probably haul it up here to... Yeah, see, I know I do this commonly with the other, or the later versions of this. I go find the next bale or attempt to shoot. While I still have it going, trying to be efficient. But this one here, you gotta have a little more precision, guiding that puppy into... Yeah, here we go. Let me try to get that slid off and down. Yeah, it's getting ready to reset. There it goes. Put it there. Oh, dang it. Yeah, see this, it's kind of pitching it just to the uphill side. But it isn't gonna... There we go. Yeah, you just kind of gotta turn it on, I guess, while... And this one kind of refused to get off of the back end. Now, how many others? Do I have any others up here? I think there's just one more down here. Now, these fences kind of make it challenging to handle them here the way the designer wants it to be handled. Yeah, see, I kind of gotta get through between these posts, and I'm already hitting one. There, kind of have it stuck now. I gotta get at kind of a little bit different area. But I can kick the other one off. And now it's just gonna roll down. Well, it's pretty flat here. So, alright, let me see if I can get this other one up here. It'll be close at least. Cool. And I'll probably just go a little ways to dump this one off, and I'll have all four of them taken care of. I'm going to need to return, of course, and pick these up. And I just wish I could remember how many I made. And of course, the time being that it takes to do all this, the grass is already grown. I could easily come in here, mow it again, and do this all over again. But I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so now's it got to be totally up? Yeah, they probably need to be all the way up to transport. Lower arm to the middle. Okay. Well, I don't know about you, but it's really cool to see, what a modder made for this, and cool to see it implemented, interesting to see, just with how ticklish it is, to put a bale kind of on the prongs or whatever. Given the way the physics work, I mean, it's kind of, you almost take a little risk doing that, in this version of the game. Which is probably why the Giants, when they introduced it, they removed it off the table as, relying on physics, the game's physics, to lift the bales. Now, I couldn't get this if I didn't have the ability to drive through trees. Lift her up. Alright, I think I'm going to get out of the tree because that looks ridiculous. Let's see, am I reasonably flat? That's something else. Yeah, see, I should be able to get up there. I'll put it there. Down we go. Alright. Something I haven't implemented here that probably would be helpful. Do I have one over here? Did I put up any up top? Yeah, this is a part I can't remember. Nope. In Farms M17, I made a mod to show on the map where you know, where you had bales, pallets, all that kind of thing. I took it back to Farm Sim 15. Took it to, let's see if let's see, I'm not sure I want to drop it off right here, but maybe I do. It would show it. Now it's gonna march downhill. Dang it. And I'm trying to do this quick because I want to stop this. Yeah, there's just no way to stop things. Oh, go down. Oh, darn. Yeah, as cool as this is, it may be hard enough to deal with. Is that stuck on the prong? Meanwhile, old Blackie is headed for the brush, kind of like where he was to begin with. Alright, get on up there. And over here, now though it probably isn't gonna... Oh, my cats. Maybe what I need to do is... Well, let me see if I can try it one more time. Yeah, getting close. But anyway, without that mod, you sometimes lose track of where exactly... where exactly on the map you may or may not have bales or other objects, and that would be kind of handy here. Let me just see, can I... Oh, and here I just happened to perfectly slip underneath it. What? Okay, I kind of have it gripped. So... flat spot? Maybe? Kind of, sort of. This looks kind of flattish. I'll try that. Come on, get over there. Yeah. That seemed to work. I just need to... As long as you can tip it onto the rollers, it appears it'll give it a good try. Yeah, that other bale kind of lost down in the brush. But oh well. I don't know if we're flat enough here to give this one a go. We shall see. Maybe if I get it up just a little. Woo, got traffic coming. And we'll come here again. Let's get this one off. So even though this is a little more ticklish to run or what have you, I really admire what they did. You know, all of these intricate parts, the spinning, the folding, the raising, the lowering. I guess as somebody that has wrestled, you know, with XML files, it takes a while to figure all that out. And in these days, you know, for all the wrapping, there were custom scripts, you know, that the modder or somebody had to write, and it when you don't have anything else to go off of, you know, maybe some of that seems simple now, I don't know, because the Giants wrote them, and you know, we have them in whenever it started coming, Farm Sim 15, but at this point there wasn't any of that. So watching someone or seeing someone just build it, you know, from scratch is a treat. All right, we got this one. Doesn't look like we have any over here. At 6,000 liters a pop, you know, there aren't that many bales that this will put out. And really, you know, I think at some point I'm going to be taking this over to the BGA, and that's the ultimate destination for these. But really, there we go. Cool. Got another one going. But really, it may ultimately be easiest just to cut the grass, haul it to the BGA, and let the bunkers smoke it, cook it, however you want to say it, and do it that way. Oh, and speaking of that, let me see if it quits. Look at this. Remember last time I mentioned I had sped the thing up by a factor of 10, and so I'm gonna need to put a couple scoops in here. But I'm reminded again, I really need to put something in here to tell me how much material's in here. I don't know. But anybody watching this, I'd be curious if you have used the BGA, what your experience with it is, not only on Herlefeld, but this particular version made by Hetty, which of course, you know, was a mod. Hey, look at that, it finished the job. Get off of there. Oh, oh, come on. There we go. Okay. I know I got some down here. But I'm even wondering if 10 times the speed was enough, you know, for the BGA. I may want to put another 0 in there to speed it up even more. Get in there. Please don't roll. It's gonna roll. When it gets up there, you know, it's gotta detect the presence of the bale sitting there. So, just lift it up. And whatever it's doing, it isn't close enough. So, you know, what this is forcing me to do is, in real life, you know, I would have to, it's kind of like how I always use auto load of bales. Oh, come on, there we go. I really need to take this straight on. It isn't allowing me to cheat. And, come on. All right, let me try that. Come on. So there must be, zoom out here, there must be a certain area that if you don't land the bale within the area or whatever node it's detecting, you don't get the option to wrap the bale. And once it detects it, I don't know if any of you noticed, but the bale that it put on there is not the same. See, these bales are the ones I made. They're a little green because, you know, the grass wasn't tethered. It was just straight cut, and I took it to the baler. There we go. We got it close enough. Must have been right over a trigger or something. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but the bale that is ultimately there, what it does is it deletes the bale, you know, that we're lifting here, and it replaces it with a generic bale. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe you could wrap, you know, any kind of bale that you wanted. I don't know that in real life, you know, straw bales are wrapped. There we go. But I think in here you could. So I won't. I mean, because I just... And again, I would take whatever a real farmer would say, but I don't know that it would work. You know, maybe you could wrap a straw bale if you wanted to protect it from the weather, but I don't think it would ferment, you know, or do anything, you know, like the grass bale would. So, oh, now why does this end it down? Oh, maybe because it isn't ready. Get it over here. No, come on, get up. Get up. There we go. Just enough to grab it. Okay, so that takes care of this field. And as you'll see, we have all these fields taken care of here to... I think this one just fell down the hill. I don't know that it came from this other side. So I'll just... I tell you what, this is a small channel in here, evidently. There ain't much room. There we go. Alright, lift it up while we unload. Never unload without another in the chamber. Okay. Perfecto. Okay, I think, oh yeah, there's one dead ahead. And then I know I have several across the road. So I know when I was mowing, I kind of doing these in the order that I mowed the fields. So, oh, this isn't gonna land right. Even though it has a rail kind of to guide it, if I don't come kind of at a different angle, it ends up, there we go. Unload, pick this one up. Nice. All right, I think that is everybody over here, except for those kind of behind me. I will finish spinning this one over here. Go across the road and up to this other field. Yeah, there were just several fields here at the end that rather than picking up the grass windrow, because I think we still have plenty, 400,000 liters in the trough. So now what all do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, well, tell you what, I'm gonna come to this one up here. Because these two are in a row. Boy, even the little table bends, I didn't even notice that it tipped kind of to the south, or the other end. There we go. Now pick up the next. Anybody watching this, again, I would be curious for comments on bale wrapping. You know, I have now, just in this episode, wrapped more bales than I ever have in Farming Sim, anything prior to Farming Sim 15 at the very least. So I'm kind of curious, and I just checked the log, you know, to see if any errors were popping, and I don't see any, which is a good sign. I mean, to me, it's working perfectly. So let me come at this one here. But one problem, and I don't know if later versions fix this. You know, I kind of am in a little series now in Farm Sim 22. And at some point, I'm sure I'll be wrapping some bales in there, so I'll be curious. You know, the physics I know have improved, or they've tried to improve them, you know, with each successive version. Anybody that ever tried to handle bales, you know, kind of in the original Farm Sim 08, 09, well, 08 didn't have them, 09, I mean, it was just a zoo. You couldn't stack them. I mean, you couldn't load them hardly. So some improvements have been made. But what I wonder about is, you know, in here, we've had to keep looking for a level place, even this here, because they run downhill. I know in Farm Sim 15, I modified the bale luophile so that it had it kind of was almost like Velcro. You know, I was playing a really steep map, still playing it, and let me get underneath that. And I needed to have something because every bale, just with how steep it was, would just find the bottom. They would just roll down the hill. And in real life, I honestly don't think that really happens that way. Oh, come on. Oh, sheepers. All right, now I gotta do this over again. Come on, get out of there. That's a little ticklish here, I think. There we go. That ain't too bad. Not bad at all. There, just have to make sure you get it. And folks, I think that is all of them. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave this one here. So there's 5, because I'm next headed to a little triangle piece over here, and it's kind of nasty getting in there, so I want to make sure I have my my lift thing all the way up. So I think we will just drop that off here. Get our arm up. You know, we've talked before that it's a ton of work making a map, and it's so much work that it's virtually impossible to test everything. So one of the things I noticed is the tractor will make it in here, but the windrower couldn't. You know, these posts have collisions, so I removed the collisions so you could get in. So just to show what I mean, you know, we can drive right through them and it'll let us in. So if I didn't do that, I couldn't even get in here, and maybe at some level, who cares? But I also took all the collisions off the trees. I don't know that the trees would, you know, hinder me from getting in, but when you gotta fight so many things, you know, it's, yeah. Suffice it to say, I'm not saying that as a complaint. I've known a lot of people who have made app mods, and it ain't easy. And I know there's a lot of people that complain, you know, when they get sent out, and, you know, people, and I get it, you just want to mod, oh, don't turn sideways. You just want it to work because you want to play the mod and farm or whatever, and then are disappointed when there's errors, and everybody wonders, well, who did the testing, and why wasn't it good enough, and so forth and so on. I tell you, this this is challenging, and I'm definitely seeing you have the best possible success when you do it the right way and take it in right in the old there. But this does add an extra challenge here. I just gotta be quick enough on my fingers. There we go. Got it. Then I need to make sure that part of all of it, I think, is lining up proper to grab the bale so you don't end up turning it the direction you don't want it. Because once it gets started wrong, it just, yeah, seems to put everything off. Got it. There's the bell. We've been wrapping this whole episode here. Got it. And I'll go get lined up over here. And I think last time, didn't it finish? Oh shoot, this is going to turn it the wrong way. Yep, see what I mean? It just turns it the wrong way when it isn't perfect. I'm going to check our... Yeah, see, it's already gone down, so probably we'll take everything that we have and then some. Yep. Well, thank you so much for coming along. I'll maybe just leave everybody here at the BGA. We are still unloading everything in here and even speeding this thing up. We still have 2 full bunkers, and so even if the map or the modder's intentions on the BGA was to have it realistic, probably for playability, it's better to... Cool, got it done. It's probably better to have him moving quicker, because look at all this grass we now have and nowhere to put it. Got it. All right, I'll leave you there, and we'll finish these off cam. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Goodbye.